Hello, hello. How's it going?
That's crazy how technology works. I
I
think
know.
the last 4 seconds of that video playing, I was getting logged into the YouTube channels and sharing this. I'm going, my laptop up. No one knows the chaos that's happening with
No,
tilting this RV in the last few minutes, right? I'm like, oh, I got this. I got this. Oh, I got to log in. Oh, I got to get Wi-Fi. What?
I know it's great because I kept seeing like your camera like going this way and that way and this way. I was like, oh Lord, I don't know if he's gonna make it in time.
Woo! There it
But
is.
here we are.
Execute. It's Guy Friday, my first time
Yeah.
on the show.
So hey, welcome everybody to Fence Guy Friday. I'm Craig Eubanks. I run the show here, and we want to welcome all you fence nerds. And obviously, we got probably the biggest fence nerd of everyone, Sean King in the house, aka Mr. Fence.
I'll
So
own that. I'll own that.
yeah. I mean, you do a lot of new ideas. We'll just say that everyone's like, "Whoa, what?"
Wait,
So
what?
it happens a lot. Which we already got some people saying dropping by Front Rock Fences in the house.
Matt,
So he's
what's up?
building King Plus with a twist today.
Okay.
Wonder what that twist is.
We did King Plus with a weave recently.
He says the Front Rock Plus.
Oh, come on now, bro.
Amanda with Contractor Accelerator, one of the best sponsors.
Love it. They're good.
We got Renee in the house. Happy Friday. Kevin Orlando. Wow, big show. We got Roger Rhodes saying what's up. Which, speaking of road, not roads, but road, you're on the road right now.
I'm in a fencer's parking lot. I'm gonna call it the I'm in the lot, the laydown yard.
Yeah.
I think I can own the title. I have slept, lived, camped, showered, and ate in more fencers lots than anyone else on the planet. Period. Challenge me. Tell me anyone else has been spent that much time sleeping in random fence lots. I'm parked in the corner, like I'm facing the corner of the lot. All the materials behind me, trucks are lined up behind me. I'm in a dirt lot with Bentley.
It's funny because I do see posts all the time, and like people will post your RV and they're like, "He's here. He finally made it." And it's like, and it's all over the country. I mean,
I got in here like 12:30 at night, so we were. It's not last night, but the night before, we were
yeah.
in Pennsylvania, and they wanted me to do a quick no dig training in the morning, but I was supposed to drive 13 to 14 hours. I can't say no. So I said, all right, I'm supposed to be leaving at 5 in the morning, but I'll do a quick demo. Well, it doesn't get daylight in Pennsylvania until like 7:15, 7:30. So I'm out there in the dark, like, can we start now? We can't even see what you're doing. So 7:30, I got to put in 80 feet of vinyl fence no dig and teach, like, I don't know, 20 or 30 guys a method of how to do no dig vinyl. And so I didn't get out of there until 9:41 on the dot. It's 9:41. I'm like high fiving, fence is built, gotta go, gotta go. Buses running, trailers out the door, and 13 hours didn't stop. I made one stop. I had to get fuel, and when I do fuel stops, I'm telling you what, I'm running out the door. I got the nozzle going, and I'm back in. I think it was 12 minutes, 120 gallons, 12 minutes, back on the road. So I had a 12-minute stop in 13 hours. Made it here. I don't know. It might have been like 11 o'clock, 11:30 at night.
Well, and that's the other thing too is people don't realize, like me and you texting back and forth, and we're like trying to pin down a time because obviously you're busy running around the country training people and stuff, and it's like we almost got pushed to 9 p.m., which I thought might be okay, but I was like,
there's it normally would be fine,
yeah,
but there's a slim chance, a little small chance, that Sean King might be maybe at 9 p.m. at night on a boat somehow wrestling or chasing after alligators and frogs or some shit like that.
oh wow,
Gigging. I don't know. They were talking last night. Let's go. All I know is this boat's got lights all around it. We're gonna go at night, and we're supposed to be like spearing some things or bow fishing or something. I don't know.
yeah,
so I was worried that it'd be hard to do a live show from that. And if we do end up doing that, I didn't want to miss the opportunity or be the guy who like, yeah, no, you go ahead. I gotta do a podcast.
yeah, you don't want to be that guy.
So, but you said like it's doing it at 3:45, and I'm looking at the clock as we trying to finish up this job, and it seems like every time we do these trainings or sharing knowledge, whatever you want to call it, as we get to the end of the day, we do lose momentum.
Yeah.
And yet we still have to finish the job, and we can't just like leave. We got to redigest and hash like everything. Why did we put the screw here? Why did we do this one first? Why did we cut that way? Why did we wait to do this? Blah, 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 blah. So at the end of the day, we got to take time and go through all of that. And so when you were looking at the time today, and I'm like, well, we had the fence gods challenge us. We had holes that the Patriot wouldn't pound through. I'm like, wait a minute. Well, there was poured concrete driveway under the freaking concrete, under the ground.
Wow.
Power lines, utility lines, footers. At one point, we found a junction box that was off, not even labeled anywhere, 30 inches deep. Like, so those things just take time, like minutes, hours, to figure out and teach.
Yeah.
But that's what we're doing is so unique. The real job sites, real training equals real results. I mean, what that is this is not a controlled environment. This is not a warehouse. This is not at the yard. Nobody knew those problems were going to happen. And I promise, it's like every single time we have some of the most challenging problems. Pennsylvania, we show up there and the fence is going down a cliff. You can't even walk down it. I remember saying, we're not putting fence down that, are we? Yeah, you're here. We figure we can figure it out because you're here. Oh.
They saved that one just for you. Like, nope, that'll be another week, Mrs. Jones. The guy's coming, I promise.
I think there's an underground world of you guys, the whole fence industry. You guys are calling each other. I got one. one. Let's get shown on this one, right?
Yeah.
It's something to crush me. Like, oh yeah, I found one he cannot do.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're out there, but be gentle.
Well, and that's because I've been to the trainings that you've had down in Evansville, and then we actually hosted one up here in Indianapolis one time, which you actually weren't even supposed to be at. And then you randomly showed up the first day. I was like, hey, I got to go though, guys. See ya. So yeah, it was funny because the reason why I bring that up, because you get so many different companies there, and like those first, 4 or 5 hours, everyone is gung ho, like going at it and like learning and everything. And then you're right, when lunch comes, after that, everyone's kind of like, they want to watch other people do it. And I'm like, well, guys, we still need people to do this too.
It's not a matter we need them to build a fence, but we can't teach the next step if we don't get to the next step.
Right.
That's the part. I can't show you how to put the bottom locking screw in if we're not done with heights.
Yeah.
And they're not getting done by themselves.
Yeah.
So I know what you mean. It's a tough one. We lose momentum, and guys are like, well, I'm not here to build a fence. I want to learn. But the essence of what we're doing is we're building fence in order to see how it goes together.
Right. Yeah.
Otherwise, you can read a book.
Yeah. Which what's up, Jonathan? He says, hey.
Hey.
All right, let's see here. Just in case anybody didn't know, our sponsors are better than yours. So
I love it.
But yeah, so first time on our show, we always kind of get everybody in first and then let everyone have a chance to kind of tell their story and what in the world got them into fencing. And so if you kind of want to tell everybody, then it's your time to let them know.
Got into fencing from the family. Stepdad was in the military, built fence on the side, thought, hey, this is easy. I got some post hole diggers, a hammer. And back then it was in California. He started a fence business, and we lived on an Air Force base in California, Travis Air Force Base. And so just being around it at 8 years old, I didn't build fence. I wasn't in charge of anything. All I know is my stepdad was talking about fence all the time. And on the weekends, I would have to go help him, or we would get the opportunity to go help him. It was exciting to build some fence, me and my brothers. And when I say build fence, we weren't building it. We were literally picking up trash and making sculptures out of cut material, redwood material. But being around it in the early years kind of gave me appreciation of what was going on. I knew what a fence post was. I knew what pickets were. I knew that he dug holes. I knew he used concrete, that type of thing. And then it got to where the summertime, as we got a little bit older, we wanted to earn money. And our stepdad said, well, you're going to have to work for it. So we ended up working the entire summer as grunt laborers growing up. And it got to where, before I could even drive a vehicle, I was a foreman during the summer on the fence crew. So someone else would drive the truck, and this young punk would be like running the crew. And I didn't do a very good job because I would run around there like a chicken with a head cut off, doing all the work, the things I teach not to do now. I would be the guy like, let me dig the hole, let me do this, I'll set the post. You just go get this, go get a wrench, go get the concrete, go do it. Right? Definitely not how you should run a crew. Bad foreman. And I would run through guys. Guys would quit. I'm not working with that kid. He's insane. We worked 12 hours and ran around, no lunch break, no nothing. And I remember telling my stepdad, just hire more people. I don't care. I'll run through them. I don't know. They don't need to know anything. I know how to build fence. That didn't work very well. So did it for all the way through high school. And then my last year of school, graduated, went back to work for the fence company one more summer. And at that point, I was done with the fence industry. It was over. I'm out. I had a full-ride scholarship for computer information systems. Sean King was going to sit in front of a computer and design. This is what I thought I was going to do. Right?
I doubt that.
So, yeah, I bet. So NAU is supposed to be my full-ride scholarship, and I met my wife, Heather. I'm sorry, Jennifer, my first wife, Jennifer. My wife is Heather now. And I met her, and I didn't leave that summer. We got married within a few months, and that is what stuck me in the fence business. That is it. I didn't leave. I stayed there. My biological dad was pissed that I didn't go take the scholarship to go to college. I worked in the fence business. I tried going to college. It didn't work out very well. That's one of the questions was wrestling an 8-point buck. That was my last day of college. I was on a cross-country team, late for practice, left the job site, building fence, running late. The team was not in the rec center because they had already warmed up and left, and I thought I was in trouble. So I drove the work truck out to the baseball field, close to it. They had to run through the woods to get out to the ball fields, and I'm running out there in my jumpsuit, no cell phone, no weapons, of course, no pager. I run through my jumpsuit, and I get out there. There's nobody in the field. I'm like, oh man, they've already left it on the trails. I'm done. I'm going to get kicked off the team, blah, blah, blah. I turn around to go back to the truck kind of somberly, and I hear things rustling in the woods behind me. And I turn around, and I don't see nothing. I keep going. I hear something again, turn around, and now I see a giant buck on the path looking at me. And I'm not a hunter. I don't know anything. All I know is that's a big deer, and most people would love to have the shot to kill it. I've never hunted at this point. So I just stare at it, and it starts walking down the trail towards me as if I'm not even there.
It's like a movie scene. It's like you and the buck.
He's coming. He's coming. And it takes a little while for me to realize, like, this isn't right. And I don't know how to speak deer. It keeps coming. And it keeps coming. It gets to a point where on this little 8-foot wide trail, the buck is straight across the trail from me, like 4 or 5 feet. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. No. This is not right. It turns 90 degrees, looks right at me, starts snorting. And I'm like, oh, no. You got me mixed up. I'm not trying to. And then it puts his antlers down and just literally lunges right at me. And I have to I grab both antlers, sprawl out. And we're thinking, what the hell you do? What is happening right now? Right? All I've got to do is keep these things away from me. He's just moving his head back and forth, roll the antlers into the dirt as he pushes forward. Like his nose goes under his antlers, and I'm like sprawled out in the woods, thinking, okay, all right, I'm done. You go your way. You go up. I'm out. I'm gonna get hurt. Well, I had this crazy idea, Sean King style. This is what goes through my mind. My mind goes a million miles a minute, and at that moment in time, I thought of a twofer. I could save my life and impress the coach why I'm late if I kill this deer and carry it out of the woods and tell him I'm late because I killed this deer. And so I thought to myself, if I just break its neck with the antlers, like you've seen cattle and steer, they wrestle them around and flip them over by twisting their neck. Literally, I had that thought in my mind that I would kill this deer by breaking its neck. And so as it's moving around, I got myself excited, ready to go. Here we go. I'm gonna snap this deer's neck. No. When I got ready to move those antlers, they didn't budge a centimeter with everything I had in my body to try to break that neck. Because I've been going to a telephone pole to flip it upside down. At that point, I was devastated. Like, this is it. It's over. Like, I can't even. This thing is so strong. I'm a rag doll, right? Lose the antlers. It backs up. I'm like, okay, nope, comes back at me. This time, I don't get a hold of the antlers. Nope, I miss them. The next thing I know, I'm in a tree. So we just
wow.
And I'm up in a tree. Good news is I'm not with a deer. Bad news is I'm in a tree with no branches and I'm wearing a nylon jumpsuit and I'm out of breath. So as I breathe out, what happens?
Is he down there waiting for you?
Yes, at the bottom. Eventually,
as I'm getting out of it,
squeeze for dear life. I come down, and by the time my feet hit the ground, the buck had walked on it, walked back the trail, but it was still on the trail. But I remember now I'm devastated. Now I know what the thing will do. I know that I'm going to die if I touch that thing again.
Yeah.
And so I had two choices: climb back in a tree with no branches by myself. There's no way. Flip jumpsuit, or run to the truck like I've never ran before. And so I ran knees to elbows as fast as I possibly can, never looked back, to the fence truck with a utility bed on the back, dove in the bed. I didn't open the door. I wasn't about to even pause for that. Dove in the bed. I looked up. He didn't follow me. Did not chase me. I was in the truck. Okay. I go back to the rec building. I remember getting on the CV. We had CVs back then. I'm on the CV, out of breath, telling the office, the base, we called it, what happened, the fence office. They're like, I don't understand what you're saying. And I'm trying to explain to them I wrestled a deer. They're not hearing me. They're like, no way. So I go back to the rec center, and there's my coach and the whole team, casually in the rec center. I'm like, what?
You're like, I got a story for you guys.
So I started to tell the story. Arms are ripped up, bleeding everywhere. And as I'm trying to tell the coach this, out of breath, he's looking at me like I'm absolutely insane. And a couple of girls on the team walk up, they hear it, and they say, oh, you mean that nice deer out there on the ball field? We were petting it earlier today. What? No, you don't pet. So apparently, this is what I didn't know. It was rut season. I was in his area. And yes, there's a possibility, I suppose, that the girls were able to pet him. He wasn't having Sean King in the area.
No.
The school actually had a few other reports where the deer interacted and chased some people. They had a shoot at that night. But I never went back to college. I'm out. I'm over. This is it.
That was too traumatizing.
I don't hunt. Nope. I'm out.
Like,
you guys can have that. I'm so lucky that I'm still here. I don't know how I came out of that alive, but there's their story in the last day of college. But
like
business from there, just that was full-time focus. No college at that point. Had to learn things the hard way.
mm-hmm.
And I'm a slow learner, so I'll make the same mistake a dozen times, 3 different ways before I start analyzing, figuring out like, why is that? Why does this keep happening? Why am I not making money? Why am I blah, blah, blah? And that's where these innovative and creative ideas come from, is that I'm trying to create systems and processes that remove Sean King from the process.
Mm-hmm.
I seem to be the biggest problem, and have been in growing the business. The more that I delegate and get out of the way, it seems like the more successful we become.
Which is crazy to think, right?
It's hard to believe.
Yeah.
Right? When I went to law enforcement academy, that was in 2010. That's because I couldn't afford to pay myself. Had no health insurance. My wife at the time was fighting breast cancer, and my son had brain surgery and had to go get a job. When I went to the fence academy for 17 weeks, that removed me from the fence business. The fence business made more money, did more revenue, and worked better without me there. Without me, I couldn't call, couldn't be there. I mean, I'm 3 hours away in a barracks.
Yeah.
Right, just trying to survive. And that was like an aha moment, going, so I've been the problem the whole time? Like, at this point, it was like 10, 12 years on my own. Like, I've been the problem. And so since then, I've been trying to work my way through that process of understanding, get out of your own way, get out of the driver's seat, encourage others, give them the tools, the equipment, the training to do the job well, give them the guidance, and make sure they understand where we're trying to go. But, my wife, Jennifer, passed away in 2019. And so I left law enforcement then. at that point. Needed to really focus on the business. And since then, we have, I'm remarried to Heather now and have a extended family. And now we're really focused on the academy side, the training side, the tool side. The fence business is running better without me there every day.
Yeah, which you do a lot of training, a lot. And I can say from someone that's been to the trainings, it's very hands-on, and there's a ton of information, not only from you, but from other guys too. And you learn little tricks and things that they've done as well. That's like, hey, we also do it like this. And it's like, man, why didn't we do it like that? So
it's like, it was that easy.
Yeah.
The aha moment, right?
Yeah.
Typically, I'll run around that job site and probably put in just as much work as the hardest working person there, right? I'm not scared to run across the yard, grab the thumper, dig the hole, pound the post, pick it up, whatever. I'm not going to stand there and be like, oh, you guys should go do that now. If you don't do it fast enough, I'm going to do it, right?
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. So it is a lot of hard physical labor. I don't know how long I'll be able to do it this way. At one point today, I needed a sledgehammer. It was on the other side of the 6-foot-tall vinyl privacy fence. And we're all standing on this side. There was nobody over there. And they're like, well, I'll go around and get it. I grabbed the top rail and I literally did a muscle up over the fence, didn't even touch it. Grabbed the tumbler, threw it over, come back. And then one guy's like, what the hell did you just do? We ain't got time to wait, walk around. Let's go.
You say, dude, I fought an 8-point buck. Like,
right. I'm still alive.
I'm here to tell you about it.
Yeah, I'm still alive. Lucky.
Yeah.
That deer was toying with me. I would have been done if he wanted to.
Oh man, it would have been crazy. Which let's give some shout outs to some people. Isaac Alexander in the house. If you guys need help on commercial bids, Isaac is your guy. He goes through all the plans and stuff for you, takes care of everything. He's actually looking at a project for us right now. JC Gurry in the house, one of the sponsors of the show. We appreciate them very much. Joe Everest, Finally Friday. I'm sure you guys know who Joe Everest is. Jonathan was in here again. You also have to have Heather to run the show now.
Yeah, she is very involved with the academy, Mr. Fence, Superior Fence. Oh my gosh. God forever.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then Amanda said, thank you for sharing your crazy journey, Sean.
Yeah, it's not over yet, Amanda. Every single day, it's just another chapter, another page.
Yeah. Then we got Accent Fence of Georgia. Hey, fellas. How are you doing?
We've done a training with them before.
Have you?
I think so. Yep.
Man, it's like, do you have any idea how many companies you've trained with?
I wish I had it. It's hundreds.
Yeah. I was thinking probably around three to five, maybe.
It's hundreds at least. And then if you think about the number of people, like today, there's probably 35 people there. It's not uncommon to have 20 to 30 people out there. So So if you're talking 20, 30 people potentially, I don't know, and 300, 400, 500 trainings, Jesus Christ, there's a lot of people that experience the Shaun King craziness.
Yeah. And everyone has a chance to experience it across the country here. What, we 2 weeks away?
We're 2 weeks away from the first ever crazy idea again Shaun King had was, what do I want for my birthday? Heather was asking. I'm like, all fencers to come together and build fence and train and learn together that week. So my birthday week is Fence Week. And we are hoping it's going to happen, to have training accessible and available to anyone that's willing to put in the effort and get their butt there, damn near coast to coast, right? So from Las Vegas to St. Augustine, Florida, Texas, and Louisiana, and northern Florida and Indiana. There's trainings all over the place. And what these aren't necessarily structured training event like step 1, step 2, step 3. We have created partnerships and actual job sites where we'll be leads there to lead the job site and share knowledge. This is how we do it. All right. It's not the Shaun King show, Mr. Fence Academy show. This is how we build it. You know, it could be no dig, could be wet set, could be dry pack where you're going. Victor Vasquez and Josh Rand are doing one in Salt Lake, and I would hope they're going to show wet setting, right? Victor to show his talent and his skill. It works out very well, right? So we've picked people that we feel are good stewards in our industry. We picked people that we can trust that will provide good content, good energy, will get and are willing to give back. This is free to everybody, and they're donating their time and job sites. Now you still got to get the fence built. Same thing, it's real fence, real job sites. Try to get real results. So I think we have 13 or so locations right now. It's kind of ebbing and flowing as we work through. Some of the locations are completely slammed with people. I mean, just like unbelievable, 20, 30 people. Some locations have only a couple, so we're considering like, all right, so we got that. Maybe we should drop this one off. We got to help these guys out because they're getting hammered with people, right? So we're still trying to work through that. We're hoping it'll be a vinyl job, a wood job, a chain link job, an aluminum job, or ornamental or steel. But if there's not, there's still going to be 4 days of training installation and 1 day of Zoom call business training shared. Like .coms will be teaching, Mr. Fitz Academy coaches will be teaching on that Friday, which you can do from a laptop wherever. But the 4 days will be actual installs. It could be gate operator training somewhere. It could be a commercial chain link job, residential chain link job, wood fence, King Plus, dig and set. We're going to try to get as many locations doing similar projects in 1 day. So that what I mean by that is we can get everyone on the same page to do vinyl 1 day, everybody do wood 1 day and chain link to the certain extent that we can. Then imagine us being able to have a comment like a live video feed for everybody all day, and somebody is actually checking in with different locations. So as we hit the concrete walkway in Indiana, and how do we solve it? Well, we got this 2.5-inch drill, we have this air spade we put in there. We can go live and share that experience. And in St. Augustine, Florida, maybe they run into a steep grade change. Well, what do we do here? We got this tool, we notch this out. So we go live feed over there, and so everyone is on the job sites everywhere else and see what's happening over there. And then at the end of the day, we do a round robin. What was the anomalies you guys had? What were the struggles you guys had? What tips and tricks did you learn? And so everybody else, the hundreds of people that we have signed up, are getting exposure to literally 13 job sites in 1 day, or 50, right? Like it could be. I mean, I'm hoping this becomes like the March Madness of fence. It is the week that we all shut down, and we become part of the entire system to help each other out. It's the same week that the American Fence Association is doing their training, so there'll be 5 days of training down there in Texas with those guys, and they're doing operations training, installation training, right? So like it's going to be the week of training across the country. My goal, I hope, is next year we have 100 locations with 25 people.
Where's Command Center at?
Evansville.
I was gonna say all I picture is like you sitting in a room with like 13 TVs and like communicating with people and like trying to, hey, now live
go live
over
in
at this
right
place.
now. Look at that. Go live in Florida right now. Look at that. They're getting chased by gators. Go live. Camera 14. Camera 14. Now that won't be this year because I will be on the job site. This year I'll be teaching it, but hopefully next year you're right. If I can get to a point, we got Billy Grove now instructor for the academy. We're looking for other instructors. We want to grow the training piece. I feel like I'm pissing in the wind. I'm doing all I can, and I'm only touching a couple hundred companies, 300 companies. How many are there out there? Thousands and thousands and thousands. Yeah. And then on top of that, we talked about this with the company I'm here today with. He said we got to start doing this like quarterly, or twice a year. Like we're barely moving the needle. We need this consistently beating the drum and teaching and preaching to our guys. This is how we're going to do it. This is the process we picked. We're going to do step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. If that's the case, we need more training trailers, more instructors. We need everywhere. We need training happening all over the place. So maybe next year I could be in Command Center because we might have multiple instructors help run these locations, doing what you're talking about. You know, I think there's a police show like that, isn't there? Like where it goes different live.
There is live now in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Here we are.
we got a chase. They're wrestling that deer right now in Indiana.
Yeah. Which Evan Gardner says Louisiana team's gonna bring it. We got Chris Steele saying Fence Fam. The biggest human alive, John McClain.
In the fence world, and he's He's looking at hosting one maybe next year. I hope I can get him on board for that.
Dude, I wish I could have came down to the camp out thing because I seen that he was there too. I was like, dude.
Yeah.
But we were going on vacation.
It's a great event. Probably one of my favorite events. One of my favorite. But it's neck and neck with the retreat. It's amazing. Yeah. The camaraderie. We slow things down. Guys are just having a good time. And we're doing what we love the most. We're all fence geeks at heart, man. And we want to talk about fence. And we want to build fence. And we want to hang out and do that. Like fence camp is the thing. So next year's fence camp is already planned. It's at John McClane's house.
Oh, really?
Yes, we're going to build a badass fence at John McClane's house. So be ready.
Sweet. Kevin Orlando says that it's noticed. Then,
thanks, Kevin.
Isaac Alexander, 339,000 plus out there. Is that like people? I think he's thinking fence companies maybe.
So I think it's like less than 50,000. I've never heard over 50,000. I got some people that are pretty in the know, and some are saying it could be less than 30,000. So I don't know about 9,000. I'd love to know where that data came from.
Yeah, I wonder too. Evan Gardner says fence orchestra. John says, let's go.
Oh, we're going big. We're talking about putting up like 30-foot tall posts and putting cantilever or stake gates in with operators at his fence.
Yeah.
It's badass.
What is this channel about? This channel is about fence, business, little this, little that.
Mr. Fence Guy Friday.
Isaac says, yes, fence companies. Isaac, where'd you get that info? We need to know that. Is that
Isaac, my email is Sean@GoMrFence.com. Email me what you're thinking about here. I would love to hear where that is coming from. That's exponentially way higher than anything I thought. That's yeah.
I wonder if that includes like chucking the trucks and stuff like that. And
even at 56,000, I thought it had to be including trucking the trucks, but
yeah,
I don't know. I'm interested, Isaac. Sean@GoMrFence.com. SHAWN.
Says, is this show about building and staining? Yeah, we talk about building. We talk about staining. We've had some stain guys on here too. Old Justin's been on before. So we talk about a little bit of everything. So with that said too, obviously Fence Week starts. It's the 1st, right?
Starts November 4th. November 4th. There are still some signups left out there, different locations.
Because I thought at first you were trying to limit it to 10 people or 10 companies per location.
We were trying.
Didn't work out.
It's hard to let people know, man.
Yeah. That's true.
So my more seasoned instructors that have done this before, I'm letting them allow more people. And some of our instructors that haven't done this before, we're limiting those ones to 10 or 12. Yes.
Yeah. Renee says, will details of this event be on your YouTube channel, or is there somewhere else that we should be watching for details and upcoming fence events?
So we have an Eventbrite, Mr. Fence Academy on Eventbrite. That's where all of our events live. And we have a Mr. Fence Academy Facebook page. Almost all our events are on there. We have a Mr. Fence Academy YouTube page. We have a Mr. Fence Tools YouTube page, Mr. Fence Tools Mr. Fence Tools Facebook page. And then really, if you're in our private fence group, Pro Fence Tools, Tips, and Tricks, you won't miss it in there. So that's it. All of our events are posted in there constantly.
Do you have any idea what the Indiana one is looking like?
Number of people?
Yeah.
Indianapolis?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting up there. It's like 20.
I'm going.
Yeah.
I didn't register. I was just gonna go and videotape and go live and represent.
Well, register so we have the registration.
I know.
Go register. If there are sponsors on here that want to help out and be a sponsor for Fence Week, we're looking for maybe provide some drinks, giveaways, food at different locations. Like reach out to me. You got my email, got my phone number. You can Facebook message me. But we are looking for some sponsors that want to help with some giveaways and give back.
Yeah. Which Evan says it's voting day that week. So go out and vote early, y'all. Chris Steele says, please stop sending people to Pensacola. They're full.
He's full.
No
He's
more.
got an army.
That's awesome, though. They got plenty of people to handle it, right?
Yeah.
And then Evan did drop the link. So I'm not sure which Facebook this is under, but
that's Eventbrite. So all of our events, if you would follow Eventbrite, every single event that we ever do is there.
Yeah.
So if you just follow us on Eventbrite, you'll get everything.
Yeah. They want to know, is there any events in St. Louis, Missouri?
Not during Fence Week this time.
Not during Fence Week this time. So other than that, what else you got going on, man? Pretty busy life. Where are you going to next?
So,
let's ask that.
Right. Salt Lake City. Bought my ticket this morning. Oh. So this Tuesday. So I get home late Saturday night, kiss the wife on Sunday, see Heather and the kids, and check into the office on Monday. And then I fly out Tuesday. Salt Lake City, Utah. We are going to go put King Plus on the map. We are going to go to HGTV Rock the Block. And we're going to put in a massive horizontal cedar King Plus with the Instigate kits. And we're looking at like smashing it out with like 3 or 4 bulls, I think we're going to have out there for Patriots. I mean, we're going to lay down some fence.
That's awesome.
For these guys on Wednesday and Thursday of next week. And then
I get home late Friday.
What's that?
You don't fly often. Yeah.
No, this just happened. Like I bought it this morning. They're like, oh, wow. Hey, build this fence for HGTV. Got some questions. I'm like, what? We're going to do King Plus. What? I'll be there. Just if we're going to be on TV showing King Plus and the bull, hold on. I'll be there. Hold on.
Yeah. That should be part of the contract, right? Like you got to be there.
Hold on. Let's just make sure this gets represented right. And we're going to send it. Like these are guys I've worked with and trained before. They already know what they're doing. So it's not like I'm showing them something new. But I want to go in there and wow these guys, HGTV. Yeah. They're very interested in the no dig. They're very interested in the King Plus. And if we can go smash this fence out in a couple hours, I think that could be a cool thing.
Yeah.
And JC Gurry.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah. Okay. JC Gurry is going to be giving out cool collector signs to everyone that's is it like one per company or is every person getting one?
Every person that shows up.
Oh, really?
Every person shows up.
JC Gurry always coming in clutch.
They are badass.
They are.
Somebody came in my trailer today. They were from 6 hours north, and they were literally talking about buying fence signs. And they're like, "Yeah, we buy these plastic fence signs. I got to find a new person to buy signs for." And I went,
"Look up,
look up." And the guy goes, "Oh, look at those cool signs." I said, "Keep looking. See the big one, JC Gurry." I'm like, "That's all you gotta do.
Yeah,
call that person. There's a code. Scan it. There's your fence sign, right?" He showed me his current sign, which was clever and pretty cool. It was the cut off piece of a fence picket, dog ear still on it. He has a brand. He brands the picket and then nails the picket to the wood fence. Cool, but you're not putting that on vinyl aluminum fence.
No, that would look weird.
Right.
But pretty cool, but look a little weird.
Well, I kept wanting to put on the ceiling, the JC Gurry sponsored ceiling in the War Wagon, but it was really cool to have a guy literally telling me his struggle was, I don't know where to get fence signs. And I'm like, it's funny you say that.
I got a guy. And a lady.
And a lady. Right there.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Evan Gardner says that he's pumped. He's guaranteed to learn something new from some attendees.
True story.
That is 100% true.
Every time. Yeah. That's why I hesitate calling these trainings. There gotta be a better word because it's literally not. It's not like a written document. You're going to do this and this and this is the only way. We have conversations and we try things. The guys are like, "Well, this is how I do it. Cool, let's do it. Show me." And then
just call it a fence outing. Can you? Is that it? Fence out?
Fence exploration.
Yeah. Let's see. I need to get some fence signs one day. Wait, Evan, you don't have fence signs?
are you
Evan,
talking
what?
about?
He's too busy making tools. That's what it is. He's too busy.
I can't believe you don't have fence signs.
Yeah.
Hey, we know a person.
Yeah, we got some right here. Look.
Call JC Gurry.
Yeah. We got James Blaisdell in the house. Heck yeah. Dude. James is actually going to be running the one in Indy, right?
James will be doing with Steven Spence. So Steven Spence and James are running that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta give a shout out to Contract Accelerator too, because we had some other guys in the trailer and they were all going through the trailer and they're videotaping everything and whatnot. And they weren't there on the first morning when I handed out. Contract Accelerator has given us markers, blue Sharpies, to Contract Accelerator to give away. Well, these guys weren't there yesterday morning, but today they're videotaping the trailer, opening every drawer and taking pictures of everything. And they opened the drawer of the pins and they were like, "What?
What's this?"
And I said, "Well, you can have some. Like, can we have a couple?" So they put a few pins in their pocket. Good job, Amanda. They got some pins out. But we normally start these events, the pins exploration. We give away Fence Armor has what do you hang for your rearview mirror for scents? Oh my god, I'm blank. For smell, make the truck smell better, right?
Gosh,
whatever
what
that is. We hand these out. They got Hawaiian women on them, right? So we hand those out because Al says, "What's one thing all fence guys have in common?" I normally ask this to the whole group every single day, and I get all kinds of different answers until I say, "Well, stinky trucks."
Yeah.
Yeah, we all do. So we all give them that. Contract Accelerator, we give away the pins. We give away .com. We give away sweat rags to everybody. You know, Nationwide gives us the belt loop hooks. We give those away to everywhere. And then we give away the Mr. Fence stickers as well. So they all walk away with goodie bags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Evan said he never put up a single sign on any of his. Where's the warranty at?
Is that because should we read into that a little more? Like you don't want anybody to know who built it?
Like, I'm not sure who did that, man.
Yeah, that guy did it.
James says, Evan, you go and pay the sign made that looks like cardboards and not a fence sign. Have a sign made that looks like cardboards.
I don't know.
Let's see. Oh, air fresheners.
Air freshener.
Duh. Like the thing you put up in the air by the thing, and then it makes your car smell good and fresh.
So there's all these Fence Armor Hawaiian girls hanging from fence mirrors all over the country right now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, we give a shout out to our sponsors, which obviously you guys see the little ticker down here says our sponsors are better than yours. Quick Pool, Ozark Fence and Supply, and Contractor Accelerator, which we just talked, and obviously JC Gurry, which we just talked about them as well. But all four of them are fantastic, ran by great people.
Absolutely.
Willing to help out the fence industry. I think there's several of us that are all, I think everyone's pushing for the same thing, for us all to be, one.
Yep.
And I think that they're all on board with that. So.
Oh yeah. Come on in, bro.
Oh, someone's going to join the live?
So, well, they're going to join the live, but Alan Hayes just jumped in here from Veterans Fence.
Okay.
He brought a Modelo.
Is that what they're giving you before you go out and chase alligators and stuff?
Right, tonight. Yeah, I don't know if we're doing it for sure, but here we go. Thanks, Alan.
Yeah. Robert says, hey, happy Friday.
Yes, what's up, Robert?
Dude, did you see what he posted online the other day about that operator?
No.
There was an operator that was attached to a tree. And then they called him out. I don't know if they called him out to like repair it or what, but I was like, they literally bolted it to the tree.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
JC Gurry says our favorite industry is the fence industry.
I love it here, JC.
Mm-hmm. James says he had a yard sign that looked like a piece of cardboard with a written that said "need a fence."
Hey, now that's actually pretty clever. Think about that.
Yeah.
Like need food.
Yeah.
Cardboard is it in marker? I don't know.
Fence.
And you know what? You say that, and I did a video yesterday talking about Veterans Fence.
Mm-hmm.
Their trucks are very clean. They're yellow, and there's black lettering on them, so it's very clean, right? but bigger than a logo on the truck, it says "Need Fence." Right? Clean. I love it. Right?
Yeah.
The other company he has is called The Fence Company. I got asked recently, if you had to start over again, Sean, what would you name a new fence company? This is just last week. It was in Pennsylvania. And I said, really? Probably The Fence Company. Really. Roger and Tyler started a fence. The name of their company in Utah is The Fence Company. So I'm going to see for HGTV. And I think that's like the cleanest, cleverest name. Yes, even probably better than Mr. Fence. Because when people ask, who built your fence? Oh, The Fence Company.
Yeah.
Honey, did you call the fence company? I got to call the fence company. We need to get the fence company out here. Like, it's just, I want to be that guy where we're the fence company.
Right? Well, those keywords and stuff are, I mean, it's like, boom. It's
Imagine that.
Time. Like,
it is super clever.
Yeah.
So I love it. So one company he has is called the Fence Company, and the other one he has is called Veterans Fence. One's in Columbia, Georgia. But the trucks are very clean, and they all say no dig, every one of them, and need a fence, which is, oftentimes we worry about our logo being big, but really the call to action is probably more important. And identifying yourself as no dig, as we grow this no dig thing, I think it's going to be important for people to know that you are or are not a no dig company.
Yeah. Yeah. Which that's a lot what we do here is obviously a lot of no dig. And then we also still do dig and set and stuff. And
poor guy.
Yeah, I know. It just,
we did have to dig and set one post today, and I tell people all the time, don't be so stubborn not to dig a damn hole. We had to dig a hole today and set a post with dry pack, which gave me an opportunity to teach dry pack, but it happens 1 out of 30.
Yeah, which we do a little bit of dry packing too. It just kind of depends on, we have some customers that you can't sway one way or the other. So, and then they're like, no, I seen it on the internet. We need this. And I'm like, well, what internet did you look at? Because you can look up 100 different other ways to do this thing.
So I'm really look at Mr. Fence Academy.com. Like, Alan's trying to drink his beer right now, and I swear it's a frozen chunk of ice. It's freezing in front of us. It went from a little bit of frost, it's now frozen at the bottom. What phenomenon causes that? I don't know.
Which we had a customer today, or maybe it was yesterday, that sent us a message saying that you can't stain fence with a brush. You have to use a roller because that's what the industry calls for. And I was like, have you seen Fence Armor's 7-inch brush? Like, it literally was made for staining.
Badass.
Like, yeah. And I was like, which that's what we used on it. And they're like, no, you're supposed to use rollers. And I was like, who told you that? The internet. I'm like, oh my gosh. So Aaron says, hey friends, hi from Pensacola. So he's probably going to that Pensacola training.
Yeah, I think he is, yes.
Yeah. And then there's the fence company in, how's it? Is that O'Fallon?
O'Fallon, Missouri.
Yeah.
O'Fallon, Missouri. Yep.
Sweet.
By St. Louis.
I didn't know that there was a couple of them. The fence companies.
A bunch. Yeah.
Let's see. Great meeting you at No Dig Training in PA. Future.
That's funny because Chris is the guy that literally asked me in Pennsylvania, what would you name a new startup fence company? I told him the fence company. How ironic is that?
Wait, so is he a new getting ready to start a company and he was coming to learn?
Business. He's just moving to out of Myrtle Beach and starting over from scratch, right? So that is kind of clever, kind of cool to be able to just move completely to another state, start from scratch with everything you know, and what would you do now?
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. He's the guy I said that to.
Yeah,
and he was at the no dig training for 2 days, which was one day, and then we did the bonus morning before I had to get down here. So that was great,
dude. I was gonna say, on average, how many hours of sleep do you get a night?
I went to bed when I got here at 1 a.m. and I was up at 6. I mean, I get a solid 5. Yeah. And the downfall is, I mean, there's a lot of guys that live off 5, right? But they have the time to go to the gym in the morning, which I wish I did, right? They're disciplined. Yeah. They get 5 hours. They go to bed early. They go to the gym for a couple hours, and then they go about their day. I'm literally on fire. and there is zero time for me to right now in my life to squeeze that in. I want to get back to where I can spend an hour or two in the gym, right? And I live off 5 hours, but I kind of need my 5 hours of sleep. So I can't go down to 3 is what I'm trying to say. I've tried to do 3. 3 hours doesn't work. I don't function well on 3.
It's like, that's like 5 glasses or 5 cups of coffee on 3 hours.
I mean, I'm known to have a couple of monsters throughout the day. There is that. A couple of caffeine, couple of coffees. This is true. So I'm pushing my body to the limits right now at 45 years old. There's no doubt. Jumping over 6 foot tall privacy fences, getting 5 hours of sleep, smashing monsters, might be skipping breakfast sometimes, and maybe not even. I mean, I think that the 13-hour drive, I didn't eat nothing that day. No breakfast or lunch or dinner on Wednesday. Just no time. I think I had some gum and maybe some beef jerky that I had in the cabinet up there in the driver's seat. So I'm not being fair to my body right now, and I've got to fix that sooner than later, or there will be no more.
Yeah, it'll catch up by 50.
But 5 hours, yeah, I think 5 solid hours. I think 6 is sleeping in.
Yeah, which Kevin Poole says, "Hey guys," and then he says that nicotine and caffeine keep me alive.
I don't touch nicotine, but
yeah. But
touch it.
So if you guys got any last minute questions, we've been about an hour. And I do have to run to a soccer game. So my youngest has a soccer game tonight. So yeah, if you guys got any last minute questions, feel free to ask. And then Sean, do you want to remind everybody your Eventbrite and stuff?
Yeah, so I would strongly suggest you, if you're interested in our events, go find us on Eventbrite, Mr. Fence Academy, and follow us. If you follow us, you'll get alerts, all the new events we put out there. But we also have Mr. Fence Academy Facebook page, Mr. Fence Tools Facebook page, Mr. Fence Academy Tools page, Mr. Fence Tools YouTube page. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Mr. Fence Academy YouTube, Mr. Fence Tools YouTube, and then we have a TikTok, Mr. Fence. It's pretty hard not to be inundated with Mr. Fence throughout your day. Open your phone, it's going to be somewhere if you're in the fence world, like, God dang it, there's that dude again. Here he is. So it's not hard to find us, right? And if you don't know how to find me, I would challenge you, go to Facebook and just say, how do I get a hold of Mr. Fence? Somebody in your world will know.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, you can literally, as long as you just search Mr. Fence on any.
I have homeowners that we're traveling around building fence for that have seen my videos. So like I've been to trainings, built fence, and she's like, oh, I've seen you on YouTube before. Like, you're a homeowner is about one fence, happens to be buying a fence from a guy that happens to be paying me to come in and train, and I'm building their fence. And there was no previous connection, but they were just scrolling on YouTube and saw us.
Yeah, that's crazy. Which Nick Smith wanted to throw out there that he's been running on coffee and cigarettes for 21 years, and now he's 10 days no cigarettes as of today.
Stay at it, Nick. Yeah, good job, brother.
It's awesome.
Get it.
Yeah, my uncle just recently, well, I say recently, I think he's like almost pushing 2 years now. He just quit cold turkey one day, and then I was like, dude, that's awesome. So, but yeah. I appreciate you jumping on, man, and your crazy life.
I'm sorry it was so obnoxious to get me dialed in or get me set down, right? Like what time are you texting me and I don't have time to send a response back. We're pounding poles and I'm trying to get 30 guys in the right direction. Well, I just need answers on. And then I went live and then you literally, like I wasn't responding to your text. And then I went live and he's like asking me the same question you texted me on the live feed. I'm like,
you know what I did? I seen you go live. I go, I got him. I was like, he's going to see this. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Which lots of customers asking for no dig now because of YouTube. 100%. Yeah. I know, because we post videos about it too, and people are always like, oh yeah, we've seen your videos. And then I'm like, yeah, if you need more, I always refer them to you or Mark, everyone that does it. So it's like, it's good stuff, man. So,
yep.
All right. Well, I guess I appreciate you. I'll definitely have you on again.
So I passed the test.
Yeah.
I'm welcome to come back again. I wasn't too obnoxious.
Yeah. Next time, I'll be like, okay, is Sean traveling this week?
Yes.
Is he going to be in Evansville?
Probably not.
Yeah. And then they're like, oh,
Even
no,
when
he's
I'm in
actually in
Evansville,
Indianapolis.
even if I'm in Evansville, it doesn't mean that I'm any less busy because now I got a house, kids, family, multiple businesses, friends, all of it. I'm going to Salt Lake City, Kevin. Salt Lake City next.
Yep. And then Renee says that just created an account on Eventbrite. Thank you guys for taking the time to do the live. We appreciate you watching.
Follow us.
Yep. So, which you can find us on FinSky Friday. We're on everything, TikTok, Facebook, everything. So, which I think tomorrow is our first day that we can actually go live on the new account for our Facebook page. So we're excited for that. But all right, my son's over here going like this.
Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go.
So appreciate you, man. Appreciate everybody watching. You guys have a good weekend, and we'll see you next time, Fence Nerds.
Yep. Thanks for doing the show, brother. See you.